Okay, welcome to Play Infinite TV, a compilation of many different news stories, rumors, leaks, anything on the web, and I'm gonna compile them, talk about all the stories for you guys, and talk about my opinions on all of them. Remember, you can use the parts at the top of the video. There's some annotations there. Click on it if you're a desktop viewer. You guys have the premium experience, I guess, because you have annotations where you can click through and actually jump parts if you don't like part 2, for example. So. In this Play Infinite TV, I'm going to be talking about Asus and the reason why the Nexus 7 has no rear camera. Next up, part 2, we'll talk about the Sony LT29i, aka the Xperia GX. Go into some in-depth specs on that, the details on that, features. Just talk about that a bit, and then let's talk about how it's hitting the FCC again in part 2. Part 3, we'll talk about Windows Phone 8 release date. So a new rumor has popped up saying that Windows Phone 8 is coming out in November. Let's talk about that for a second. And part 4, we'll finally talk about HTC's Android 4.1 Jelly Bean updates. We finally have an official statement from them. I'll go over that in part 4. So let's get started. Question I have for you guys before I get started is the background music that you should be hearing now. Do you want it in the next episode? Do you want it to play throughout the video, or do you want it to just be the intro and the ending, like I've been doing it in this video and the previous video of Play Infinite TV? So let's start off with Asus's Nexus 7 rationale thing. So Asus actually had two options. As you know, the Nexus 7 currently, it has no camera, or no rear camera. It does have a front-facing camera. It's a decent front-facing camera. However, the back is completely clear, no camera whatsoever, nothing like that. So now I'm going to talk about why they decided to do that. So they have two options for a rear-facing camera. They could either go cheap or they could go for quality. That's the thing. Of course, if they go for quality, that's also going for higher costs. So keep that in mind. If they go for cheap, of course, it's going for less quality. Keep that also in mind. Let me talk about the high quality story first, and then let's go jump onto the lowest or cheap quality thing. So high quality. If they implemented a high quality camera, of course you'll get the added benefit. Of course, it's a high quality camera, probably 720p video shooting, picture taking should be good as well. Really good features like that. Instagram will be good, of course, even though the new Instagram app finds a way to work with the Nexus 7's front facing, sorry, but that's not the point. Anyways, a rear-facing camera brings a lot of benefits, and if they put a high-quality one, of course, it'll bring even more benefits. However, it will also drive the costs through the roof, or it'll drive it away from Asus's and Google's price range that they wanted. Of course, the Nexus 7 currently is $199 for the 8GB model, and I believe $259 for the 16GB model. The different price variations there, but as you can see, this is one of the cheapest tablets on the market for its price. So if they did include a high quality camera, drive the costs up, it will drive the end cost up for us as well, because you can't expect to just throw in a high quality camera